Alright everyone, welcome to what I truly believe is the official home stretch of this game. We stagger up to the inn or tavern where he is located. I like how he knows it's his last drink. He's like, go on, you can share it with me. He knows it's the end of the road, Charles does. Already knows. Like, you caught me? Fine. Let's end it. Yep. Dancer, well, you caught me. The last of the colonial Templars. At least in that time period anyway.
Why would they leave this behind?
Because it does not belong to them. That's why. It belongs to the Isu. After all, it is a piece of Eden.
Long have we waited for you to return. You have done as we asked. You have succeeded.
No! I have failed! My people are gone! Chased out by those who I thought would protect them!
It is a trade, a sacrifice, and not in vain. For you have found it.
This?
Now you must hide it, where none shall think to look. And then in time, what once was, shall be again.
I do not understand.
Nor need you. Only do as we ask. Then, you may do as you wish.
But what of my people?
You have saved this place, as was your people's purpose. And that matters most.
It is not enough!
It will never be enough. You strive for that which does not exist. Still, you have made a difference, and you will do so again. Remember, you must hide the amulet where none might find it.
They both speak the truth from their own perspectives. I mean, so from their own perspective, they both speak the truth. So, yeah. I think we managed to upgrade them, didn't we? The recruits, I mean. To General. Yes! Two ranks away from the assassin. So it's recruit, private, corporal, officer cadet, sergeant, lieutenant, captain, major, colonel, colonel, general, field marshal, assassin. Excuse me. I can't remember whether it's sergeant, officer cadet, or officer cadet, sergeant. It's one of those two. But yeah. Or is it officer cadet, private? No, I'm pretty sure it's... I can't remember which one's first. I think it is officer cadet, then sergeant. Anyway. Just thought I'd explain that, in case you're a lot of wondering. And that's where he's using to hide it, in Connor Davenport's grave. Achilles' son. A fitting place, I think. Hide something somewhere no one would look. Especially when two people have the same name. That part certainly makes sense. Excuse me. And don't worry, after you finish the game, you actually return directly into the game, so that you can finish off anything you haven't already done in the game, because there's epilogue and other interactions you can go into.
I know where the key is. Then let's go.
And he's found it. It's a small but apparently
this is it.
powerful key.
We're right behind you.
Alright, we won't run, we'll walk it. No, cause they're all way behind. Oh god. Look at Father not even trying to walk fast. Well, take your last look around, ladies and gentlemen, cause it's the last time you will ever see this place. I like that symbol up there, I must admit.
Moment of truth.
And he crosses the threshold. Now, he'll start speeding up his pace, if not running. There's nothing you can do to control that, it's just what he decides to do, so... Oh no, not yet. Yep, when he starts running, you have no control over him anymore.
Yes. Come. Here, at last. You know our story now. Of how we tried. Of how we failed. All our hopes extinguished. Save one.
Hello, Juno.
Your touch. A spark. A spark to save the world.
Wait!
Minerva.
Do not touch the pedestal.
Minerva?
You. But how? You left. You destroyed the device.
Did you think there was only one?
What the hell is going on here?
You must not free her.
Free her?
Juno dwells within these walls, awaiting release. I will explain. While we worked to save the world, she sought instead to conquer it. She used our machines to set her plans in motion. Divination through numbers. There is a pattern to existence. To comprehend the calculations is to tame time. This was my focus. And so I built the eye to aid us. But she turned it towards her own ends. When we discovered her treachery, we put a stop to it. And then we left. But first we called to you, that you might try again. We thought it would be safe with her gone. Now I see we were deceived. She survived, she endured, and then she began to work. For centuries, Tinia and I walked the world, hoping to rekindle the spark of civilization. We shared what we knew as best we could. We were not the only ones, but for all the power we wrought, still death would claim us. But before it did, I would have one last look to know if we had succeeded.
That's how you're here now?
I had hoped you might find this place and finish our work. But it is too late. You and the Templars have squabbled over our refuse. You have wasted centuries, and so you have lost your chance. You
Sure.
cannot hope to stop the end now, Desmond. Only to
Unfortunately.
survive.
She's lying! Only touch the pedestal and the world will be saved.
Better the world burn than she be loosed upon it.
Is that so? Show him then.
But he will not understand. It is complicated. It is...
Show me.
I mean, knowing the fact that with Templars, that's
If you heed
probably
Minerva, the
years.
sun will have its way.
for centuries.
The ground will crack and spit fire into the skies. All the world will burn. But this does not end the world, merely heralds its arrival. Darkness follows. Then you emerge, resolving to lay a foundation that such a tragedy does not befall the world again. You will become a symbol to those who survive. Hope, knowledge, determination. You will inspire them to rebuild, to thrive once more. And as the world heals, so too will humanity. But you are just a man, frail and mortal. You pass from the world, leaving behind only a memory. A legacy. You will be remembered first as a hero, later as a legend, and in time, as a god. It is the cruelest fate, to have written words that meant well, and see them made wicked and unwise. What was meant to encourage life, used instead to justify taking it. And so now you see that what was shall be again. So tell me, how is this better? She would sacrifice you, sacrifice the world, for no other reason than to deny me vindication.
They will enslave your kind, Desmond. Is this not why you fight? Is this not why you came here? To ensure more than just your race's future, but its freedom?
What future? What freedom? Billions dead and the whole cycle begun anew? This world has known nothing but heartache and horror since we left it.
Our gift to them, and you'd see it all returned.
Enough!
You must not do this.
Whatever Juno's planning, however terrible it might seem today, we'll find a way to stop it. But the alternative, what you want, there's no hope there.
If you free her, you'll be destroyed.
It will happen in an instant. There will be no pain.
You mustn't!
It's done, Minerva. The decision's made.
Then the consequences of this mistake are yours to live and die with.
You need to go. All of you. Now. Get as far away from here as you can.
Come with us. We'll find another way.
There isn't time.
Son.
You know it's true. It's already started. I need to do this now. So go. Go!
When I say with Minerva, the point she does make a good point in the sense that the Assassin Templars have been warring for centuries and have missed the chance several occasions to save the world in this manner. When Phil obviously had the genetic structure to do it, but they wasted the opportunity. On that part, Minerva is correct. But the rest is up to interpretation, debate, and
It's some sort of global aurora borealis.
opinionated
Never
discussion.
seen anything like this before. Eyewitnesses describe electrical storms and erratic displays of unusual weather. Residents are being asked to remain inside and wait for geological surveys are now reporting seismic activity throughout the Ring of Fire. Northeastern Canada is said to be experiencing the largest on record. Satellites and transformers are failing as the flare increases in intensity. Worldwide reports of blackouts seems to be receding. Residual seismic and volcanic activity is being reported, but nothing approaching earlier levels. Obviously, it'll be a while before experts are able to assess the full extent of the damage caused by today's event. But it appears the worst is behind us. We'll be sure to bring you more as this story develops.
It is done. The world is saved.
Hello.
You did your part well, Desmond. But now it's time that I played mine.
You are truly evil, Juno. I'm doing a playthrough of Black Flag and you'll understand what I mean. Anyway, we can skip the credits because there is 2 epilogues to go through. So we'll be doing that. Those 2. And then it truly will be the end. The end of the Templars and the colonies, for now. That war is finally over. For the time being. That's a war tomahawk, but we have our own anyway, so... No, that's not what I meant to do. Ah, here we are. Charles Lee. Born 1731. Charles Lee was a British soldier who was sent to be a major figure in the Revolutionary War. Lee's father was a colonel in the British Army, and started his son off in the military career early. He was sent to the military academy in Switzerland during his formative years, and then in 1746 Lee became an ensign in his father's regiment. Oh, we've actually read over this, so if you want to keep reading, just pause it, otherwise I'll keep scrolling. I'm just giving you a couple of seconds so you can pause it if you want to read it, so... Oh. Where is he? Oh. Oh. We have ended, couldn't we? Oh well. Never mind. The first one's a little bit up north, so...
There will be a presentation of the latest sacred choral works from several Vienna-based composers at St. Paul's this coming Saturday.
Coming through. Coming through. Go around here. So none of these epilogues actually require fighter in the combat, it's more just listening and watching really, which is the most enjoyable ones. Evacuation Day.
America has no need for your services,
Send them back to Britain in a box!
Death
to the oppressor! Cut them down!
The last round shot to be fired. Of course. Seeing other worlds evolving around him. Bill Marshall. Excuse me. 60 to 40. Yep. 2 more and they reach Assassin. Perfect. Okay, let's travel to the second and final epilogue, which is actually in Connor's village, or native village. So, Canatasseton. I don't even know if I pronounced it correctly. Anyway, the final epilogue of Assassin's Creed 3. Let's begin.
If you're hungry, have extra.
No, thank you. Where is everyone?
Gone west. Been a while since they left. Seems some fella from New York was granted the land by Congress.
You're kidding.
What?
Seeing it happen more and more. Government says they don't take land that's already owned, but
Typical.
How could this have happened?
we're on our own now. No more merry English parts and labour, which means we gotta go at it ourselves. Gotta pay for it too. Selling land is quick and easy, not quite so nasty as taxes. And since some say they're what started the old war, ain't no rush to bring 'em back. Clever men, these new leaders of ours. They know not to push it just yet. Too soon for taxes. Too British.
Well, they implore it in the end, so... I think Alden knew about it.
Thank you.
Be safe.
You can ignore that little question mark because it doesn't mean anything, it's just a glitch in the game, so don't worry about it. That was the actual final epilogue. And with that, brings us to the end of Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered. I actually now, okay, yes, there were some very frustrating missions in this game, but considering it allowed me to go back to the times to actually recruit, get recruits, train them up, so they become assassins, you know, call them in for assistance, as you can do it in other games, better old open world, excuse me, just different mechanics, because this is the old, I mean, you have other mechanics which are easier, but it's ones where some of the combat and all the chain attacks and kills were a bit easier to go through and just make progress with those sort of things. Now, as I understand the original game, I don't think chain kills were as big a thing or as part of the coding. There might have been, I could be wrong there. But from what I've noticed, they certainly improved that ability with the chain kills and chain attacks and everything with the right weapons. it looks as though they improved the texture of the characters. Certainly, you know, especially some of the expressions as well. There were some glitches in the game, but there were also in the old one. Excuse me. There was more or less. I tell you one thing that definitely didn't change, or if anything actually got worse with the remastered was, and you'll notice this if you play it. I don't know if it was as bad in the original, but especially when you had like the snow and everything, right? When you're trudging through the snow up a hill, you'd see like a grass-like shape or texture in an underlayer of snow, and then you had like that thin couple of mil layer that was like a glitched double layer of snow, like what should be the actual covering of the snow, but you saw two layers, one jagged mountainy, another thin like a cloud layer on top of it. So I don't know if that was as bad in the original, or whether they just didn't fix it. It would have really helped out. Excuse me, but that's just the way things go. But like, I really, because I've been playing with, because of last year's doing most recent, obviously, well, AC Origins and Odyssey, totally different game mechanics, different fighting mechanics. I played, like, I did my own story, just my own personal enjoyment, which I've done a little bit differently in terms of how missions are done, how I've gone about them. But I did that for two reasons: one, for my enjoyment, and two, to relearn how to fight. I tell you what, if I hadn't done that, just jumped straight into it, I would have been crippled. I would have had I had to relearn how to fight in this game. It was absolutely incredible. But I enjoyed it because it reminds you of not so much the simplicity, but just the traditional way of doing things in the game, which was important, but just keeping with the old way, so to speak. It's a tradition, and they left that when they went through. I mean, you could do some of that with Origins, but because you didn't have the dual hidden blades or that style, you had to change up the system in Origins. It did help with the shield, but there are all these extra perks. No, it's just plain simple weapon, one or two perks, speed, damage, all that sort of thing. If there's a combo, it's just match for match, and you had to either break defense or counter. There wasn't anything odd. There's just poison or whatever else. So yeah, it makes things interesting. It makes you think. So, but yeah, look. Enough of me waffling on too much. So I will end this here, and this is to end the main story and all the side quests of Assassin's Creed Remastered. I also ended sending the last of my recruits that have not yet become assassins on their last mission before they will become officially the rank of assassins in the recruits. I will be doing some more content in this game. There are 3 DLCs from what I remember. I'll only be doing 2 because one, I've played it before and it's just, I don't really feel like doing it, but I'll definitely be covering 2 other DLCs that will be presenting themselves in the same playlist, but just different walkthroughs, which you'll see they'll be coming in the next few days, if not a week. So I hope you'll join me for them. But anyway, until then, I hope you've enjoyed this playthrough of Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered. Thank you for all the support you've shown on this series, and I will see you next time for more gaming and content. See you then.